Annie, bonjour. Hello, my net friends. Welcome back. Auntie Spirit Wolf here. I got some beadwork. Gonna show you. I'll be beading an eagle feather. I guess I should have showed you how to do the leather around, but basically it's pretty simple. I got a little string. You can make your string as long as you want, and you get enough leather to measure to your stem of your eagle feather or whatever feather you're beading. And what I did, I just tacked it down with some glue, and I just kept rolling and rolling. As you can see, you can make it as thick as you want. I measured it and just cut it out in strips like this, and I put a little bit of glue right here, and I took it and wrapped it around as tight as I could, and just kept, putting glue there as you're going along. Just be careful not to get the feather. Then just keep wrapping and wrapping it around till you get to the end, and then put some more glue at the end and seal it. But yeah, that's what I used. I just measured it and marked it and cut it, and what I did here to make my string, I just kept cutting it and cutting this. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. You just pull on it and it'll straighten out pretty much. Whatever sticks out, you can just trim it on the sides. But yeah, pull it. Straighten out pretty much. You got your lace, your leather lace. You can make, like I said, you can make the handle as long as you want. This is how I'm starting it out. I'm using size 11, the toe hole round beads. Yep. Today I'm going to be using these 3 colors. Alright, let's get started. I already got my beads in my tray. I thought this was a cute tray. Just a little tray I got. It was 70% off, so for a $20 tray I only got it for $6. Let me see here if I can get this. It says Happy Camper. It's just a little tray I got for my beads. I thought it was cute. It snaps open to where it can lay flat on all corners. Thought it was cute. But yeah, I thought I'd show you that. And you can get a lot of cute little stuff at Joann's. But yeah, here's my beads. They got kind of mixed up, but that's okay because we're going to use them. I got 2 different whites, so I'll have to straighten that out. Yeah, you don't want to get them ones mixed up. But, alright. let's get started. Alright, I strung on here 27 beads. Now I'm going to go through every bead till I get back to my starting point. And you just want to go through all of them. Make sure you don't miss one. And avoid going through your feather, the string. So don't let it get caught on that. See, you'll see your end part right here. I don't know if you can see that. Alrighty, there we go. See your end part right there? Where you went through your first bead. Okay. Oh, caught on my beading trim. Uh-oh. Yeah, you don't want it to come off. It would be all tangled up. Starting is a little complicated, so don't get frustrated or anything. It happens to everybody. And we've all spilt our beads before, so don't worry. It isn't only you. See? Like that. With your string. Now what I do is I go through, I want to say maybe 3 more beads. You want to go past that starting point because you don't want that gap to look, you know, to show where you started going through. So just go through about 3 of them. That's what I do. 2, 3, it doesn't matter. 5, whatever. Okay. There we go. See? Even though you can see it a little bit, but it's not as noticeable. Once you get your couple rows on, it'll be a lot better. Now I'm going to do the peyote stitch. I went with an odd, no, you can either go with an odd count or an even count. It's up to you. Do an odd count one time and do an even count on another project, and you'll see. Look, you'll see how it turns out. Yeah, but yeah. Alrighty. Now I'm going to do a couple rows of the green first. I really like the peyote stitch. It's a really beautiful stitch. I like it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to skip a bead in my... Alrighty. See there? See the thread? See the thread? And see how I skipped one bead and I went to the next? That's what you got to do. You're going to continue this until you get all the way to around. You see how that lays down? Like that. See? You just continue doing that. Always remember, skip a bead and then go through the next bead. And every now and then keep looking at your beadwork, making sure you skipped a bead, because it's going to mess your pattern up if you don't. So pay close attention. I know I've done that before many times, not only once. It's happened to me few too many times. Don't get frustrated or nothing, just get excited to know that you're going to be making something, and especially if you're closer to the end, I get more excited, and because I want to hurry up and finish it. But that's okay if you mess up. Just take it out. If you get too frustrated, put it down and then come back later until you're all cooled down and stuff. Because you don't want to continue. Continue beading with bad thoughts or negativity, you know, angry or anything like that, because you're only going to mess it up even more. So it's best to just put it down and come back later. I almost forgot. I got my smudge here. I usually burn it when I'm beading. I like beading early in the morning or late at night, you know, when it's quiet. Yeah. Or when I'm at Nokomis Center, Nokomis Cultural Center. It's in Okemos, Michigan. And we gather on Saturdays, and it's from 12 to 3. And every Saturday, you know, we all get together. Anybody's welcome to come, so if you'd like to come and join us, you're more than welcome. You can bring your beadwork or your sewing, whatever you're working, whatever project you're working on. Yeah, they have classes there as well, so if you're interested, just give Nokomis a call. And they do have a website, so you can look them up on their website and give them a call and find out what's happening. Always something going on, and it's fun too. I enjoy being around all our people, you know, just gathering just to chit chat, you know, just come out and join us, you know. Yeah. I'm going to burn some of this because this makes me feel good. I love the smell. And it's calming. Yeah. Relaxing too. Just makes you feel good, you know. We don't want no negativity or bad energy on the things we do. So we smudge ourselves. Smudge the things we make. That good energy around us, yeah, and in the things we make, keep all that good energy. It's a good feeling, positive energy, yeah. Alrighty. Oh, by the way, I got a nephew and his kids. They live in Tennessee. And I just want to give a shout out. Say hi, David. And his kids, Larry and Tasha. And his grandkids. And happy belated birthday, Larry. Auntie didn't forget. I just been so busy. Yeah. My mom's birthday just passed. She would have been 92? 93? 93. My dad, he just passed away a year ago on the 30th of June, so it's still hard. My mom passed away when I was 23. She was young, but she had a lot of health problems. As you're going around, you just want to give it a little tug to keep them in place. You see how it's starting to look. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to bend the feather. I'll bring it up closer. There we go. Now you can see. You see how I skipped a bead and how there's a gap in between? Now you can see, yeah. Alright. Let's continue that all the way around. Yeah, I've been so busy. We had the children's native camp, summer camp, just got over. I've been so busy. Helping them. Yeah. We did the arts and craft class. Me and another elder, Carol. And oh, it turned out really good. All the kids had so much fun. They didn't want to leave our class. They were having so much fun. They got to learn how to use the sewing machine. They did a beautiful job. They picked out some beautiful colors for their skirts and shirts. They were so happy. And then the last day of camp, we had a luncheon with the parents and rest of the family. And they had so much fun. Potluck we had. Alrighty, I'm gonna bring this closer because I want you to see. Alright, you see where my thread is now? I got to the end. Oh, maybe I'm too close. Alrighty, see where my thread's coming out? Right there. There we go. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go through the first bead. Right here. The one that keeps sticking out. Right there. Because you got an odd number, you're going to go through that bead. That very first bead you put on. Then you're going to continue to your next row. Like, always pay close attention to when you do your beadwork too, because you don't want the thread twisted. Sometimes, okay, I'll pull a bead out, that last bead. Sometimes your thread, it'll get twisted like that, and you pull it, and then when you pull it, it's twisted, and then when you get around and around or whatever, and then you noticed it, when you get around back, you notice it's twisted, and you're like, oh man, what the heck did I do? And because it looks all funky looking, and it's like, oh my. So then you gotta, if you don't want to take it out, just pull the beads, you know, next to it looser, and then pull them loose all the way back around, and then go back, and if you can untwist it, do it that way. You can, but if not, you got to take all them beads out and straighten it out and make sure it's straightened. But give it a little tug, like I said. See, this is how I hold my bead right here. I pinch it like that, like that, and hold the beads down to where they're flat. And grab my thread, just give it a little tug back and forth, and pinch the beads as you're doing it, so it makes them tight and it keeps them in a straight line as well. And just do that and continue. Alrighty. And my daughter, she gifted me a bunch of beads, so I'm using them for my birthday. And of course, Mother's Day. My birthday's right by Mother's Day, so sometimes it falls on Mother's Day, so I get all my gifts at once. I usually just put a few beads on at a time and then pull it like that. You want it to be in place. You don't want your beads moving all over. You've got to try to watch your fluffy ones want to get tangled up in here, so you got to be careful and just hold them down. Sometimes I have a bad habit and forget, and they'll get caught up in there. But just be careful, that's all. So just gotta make it a habit of keep holding them down, you know. Like that, see how you're cuffing them, because you don't want to damage your feather. So just do that and you'll be fine. You don't want something like this, project like this too, you don't want your string too long. Maybe arm's length, arm and a half length, something like that. Yeah. There we go. See how I got it? And that's what it should look like. It's the Peyote stitch. Okay? And then once we get a few more on, we can push this back up. You don't want to go on the edge when you first start out because it will slide off. Once you get your few rows on, you can push it back up. Makes it a lot easier. I don't usually do patterns on a paper. I usually just go with what's in my heart and in my mind. It just comes natural. But you're more than welcome to do either way. Either way. You do you. You know, I always tell everybody, you do you. You know? You go with your heart. What you feel. You might find a better way. Easier way than me. Anybody, you know, you watch and learn. That's how we learn. I love beading. So calming. I feel so content. It's relaxing. Alrighty. I'm going to show you here. I got the fan on, so the air conditioner, so the feathers are flying. Feathers flies up everywhere. Kind of hard to keep control of them. Alrighty. So I'm almost to the end again. Alright, so I'm almost to the end here. Can you see where the 2 beads are? And you got your 3 beads, and here you got your 3 beads is where the beginning is. That's how you can tell when you're gonna start your next row, by these 3 beads. So if you want to start a different color, then you can start it when you come here, get to here, after you go through this last row of 3 beads, that bottom bead there. That way you know, because an odd color, you just continue going through them non-stop. You don't have a stopping point, whereas the even count does. And I'll have to show you that in another video, the even count peyote stitch. But yeah, that's, you see how the 3, and it has 2, 3, 2, 3. When you get over here to that the third row right here, let's try to focus. There we go. That's where you want to, once you go through this, put your last bead on right here. Make your last 3 row. You go through this bead, then you're going to start a different color. Alright, I'm almost done. So that's what I'm going to do. Start a different color. Alrighty. Okay, actually it's going to be, once you put that last 3rd row on, you're going to go through and then start your next color. You see how that is? Yeah. Now you can start your next color. Like that. Now you're starting your next row. We almost got a different white. Uh-oh. I don't want to do that. At the end of my video, I will also put some of the projects I've done. That way you can see. And also the dream catchers I did in my last beading video, my beadwork. I told you I was gonna finish beadwork, so I'll show you that at the end of my video, so stick around for that. Okay, see, I put the last white bead on. And in front of that, is my starting point where I started. So now you can do whatever you want to change the color again. Go ahead, or continue whatever you'd like your whatever project and colors you're working on. Sometimes I just sit there and look at all the pretty beads and grab some colors and just see what colors that pop. Catch my eye. Move them around and switch them up and see. It's the only way. You'll feel it. You'll feel it in your heart. And you'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's what I want to work with today. Or at the moment, I should say. Yeah. Well, I'm starting to think that this tray may not be the one for beading on. Putting your beads on, I mean. It keeps getting caught on these ends. But we'll see. Maybe it won't be so bad later when I'm not doing a video and I'm just beading. I remember I used to just put my beads on a plate. Anything will work. Don't have to get nothing fancy. Just whatever is comfortable for you. You know, like I say, you do you. As long as you're comfortable. There, see how it's looking now? Yeah. I'm going to do a couple rows of green. Okay, now we can push it up to where we had it, the line. There we go. Oops, it's right here. You want to see where you poked through. There we go. Because when we're all done, what I do is when I get down to the end, go weave it back up, and then I put another row of beads at the end there, so that leather won't show. It was good with teaching the kids. They were real happy. It's good to see the kids happy and enjoying themselves and having fun and learning new things at the same time. We never had that when we were growing up. Me and my brothers and sisters, we were in the boarding schools at Holy Childhood. I don't remember much, but I do remember them cutting my hair the first day. All my brothers and sisters' hair got cut short. But that's another story. And we'll have story time about that. I'll do another video. Because I don't want to think bad or anything. Feel upset when I'm beading. To the end now. I'm going to change up on colors again. Okay, let's see. Yep. Sometimes they shift your beads, too. I just want to straighten them out. I just, you know, shift them to turn it a little bit, line them up, and just give it a little tug. There we go. And that's how it's looking. All right. Alright, I'm back. I am down to the end. So now you're gonna make sure you finished your last row at the bottom. This is as far as I got. Like that. Then you're just gonna weave through your other beads up and down to lock in your thread. That way your thread don't come out. And that's what I'm doing now. Just working my way back up. You can see how I'm going through the beads, I went through 3 of them, that way you could see, but you can go by one. Oh, looks like that's the end of my thread, so I'm gonna cut this off. There we go. Snip that down. Gonna burn my thread all the way down like that. And there we go. Now I'm gonna if you happen to run out of thread sooner, say like about here, I'm gonna show you how to weave your thread to go back to starting over there. Okay, that way you won't feel like, oh, feel bad or anything because you ain't got enough thread, and so don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna use this because I got another one I gotta do. So okay. Got my beeswax. Wax my thread down. Okay. Remove the excess beeswax off. See? You don't want that on your beads. Uh-oh. I felt a knot. Well, looks like I gotta remove the knot out of the thread. Otherwise, if you don't, then if you don't remove it, then your beads won't go through. Because some of your beads, the holes, depending upon what bead you're using, won't go through the thread. It'll stop right there. So sometimes if you can get the knot loose, you can just push the thread through. Sometimes make it bigger. That way you can grab the thread, see? I don't know if you can see it. There we go. See? See? Now I can pull the thread out and get the knot out. There we go. See? There we go. Okay. Just pull your fingers tight on that so it gets most of that loose beeswax off. Okay. Now what I do is here I start from the bottom because I weave my thread all the way to the top, so I know, you know, it's more to me it makes it more secure. Okay. I think that anyways. That's my opinion. You do what you want. Like I said, you do you. And okay, I'm gonna go up through there. First, I'm gonna burn my thread at the bottom. You don't even have to make a knot. Just burn it. Get your little ball at the end. Like that. See? You don't even gotta tie it. Just stick it up through that leather. Probably that last leather. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. You don't want to go up too far because then you can't pull your needle through. So, just a few. Up a few like that. See? Here's your needle. That's how far I went. Not too far. Alrighty. Sometimes it's hard to pull, sometimes it's not. But if it is hard to pull, get it as much as you can up to where you can grab your needle. You ain't got to pinch it hard, just enough to hold it and pull it through. Because sometimes the leather don't want to let it go. Okay, gotta get my thread. It's all entangled. Tangled into the feathers. There we go. Make sure you grab your feathers. Don't expose them to your thread. You don't want them tangled up in there. Okay. Give it a good little tug. There you go. Like that. And then weave all the way to the top. Get to the closest through the, let me see. See where my thread is right there? You want to go to that bead right next to it so you can weave through like that. See? Just work your way up to the top. I usually make it go spiral up. Work my way up there. It gives it more security, so you know it's locked in. It's not going to unravel, you know, easy. Alright, so now I'm at the top. There we go. See where I put the needle through the last beads at the top? I gotta go to start my row again. And that's what you gotta do if you run out of thread. Now you know how to re-thread so you can continue beading if you run out of thread. Alrighty. Like that. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna finish it off so that leather won't show. This leather right here. I'm gonna continue that. Oh, make sure also, you see where my thread is coming out of? Make sure it comes out the bead that's sticking out. Not the bead, not that bead. You want this bead that's sticking out. Sticks out right here, that one. Show you. It might be kind of hard to look. Okay, there you go. See? See where the bead is? And it's going to sit in place. Oops. See? And you just continue it again. Yeah, you gotta watch that too so you don't get tangled up. Okay. There. Give it a little tug. Some people have it exposed. I don't know. Some people don't. I don't like it, my leather to be exposed. I like it to be like this. Oops. I like it to look like this. See? But that's okay either way. You don't want it to ravel up like that. So you find the tail of it, the end, like that, and just unravel it. If you don't and you pull it hard, it's going to be a lot harder to get untangled. So you want to untangle it before that happens. Alrighty. There. When your thread tangles up like that, I usually just take it and twist and continue twisting for a while to unravel your thread ever so often. That way it won't tangle up as much. Now we can start our next row of beads. Just fill in the gaps, the bead. That's how you rethread your thread so you can continue your beading. That's how you add your new thread on. Without it showing. Four rows of green going down. Now we're all done. See? Now what I like to do is I like to secure that last rows of beads, so I'll weave all the way around it. By going through them two beads like that all the way around. See? Through them two beads all the way around. That way it gives it more secure lock. Alrighty. When your thread seems to get tangled a lot like that, it's because it's all twisted up, see? See what? See how it twists up like that? What I usually do is just let my needle drop and just pull, straighten your thread out. It'll twist around. See? I do that a couple times. Get it all straightened out. You don't got to worry about it tangling up. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm just weaving back up. Weaving my way back up here so I can cut and burn my thread. Sometimes they won't go through, so you just gotta pull it with the pliers. If you can't go through a bead, go below it or above it. Right. Now I'm gonna cut my thread and burn it. Give it a little tug and pull. Be careful when you're burning that to put it to the side so you're not burning your feather. And there you have it. A beaded feather. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed my video, and please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. If you got any ideas or anything, shoot me a comment down below. And until next time, Mama P. See you later. Peace. I beaded these hoop earrings for my daughter. They're that size, so it gives you an idea how big they are. Just got done finishing this last night. Sometimes the lighting's bad and colors don't look original. Here's another one of my baby Bics I did. Here's another baby Bic I did.
In all or most cases.
Got another pair done.